Intelligent Talk, 1170 KCBQ. Thank you for joining us for the Rick Amato Show, presented by the Washington Times. The Rick Amato Show. Politics, pop culture, national security. If you would like to call Rick, get on the line now at 1-888-344-1170. 1-888-344-1170.
The Rick Amato Show Solid Gold Studios are sponsored by AmericanBullion.com. Peace of gold, peace of mind. Call AmericanBullion.com and receive your free gold guide. 800-531-6525.
Now, here's Rick Amato.
Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to the program. I'm Rick Amato. I want to say thank you for tuning in to our friends here in San Diego, and all my friends on Facebook and online across the country. We bid you a thank you as well. Okay, a very busy weekend, a busy week ahead. Where do I begin? Well, let's start with, I guess you could say that our show is a part of the pop culture, what's happening in the news du jour. Cameron, our associate producer, unfortunately, I just discovered as I walked into the studio tonight, is out with a swine flu. Daniel is sitting in. Daniel, can you hear me, buddy? So, Daniel, how long have you been in the business?
I've been in radio for about 2-3 years.
Okay, all right. And are you from San Diego originally?
I am from San Diego. I grew up in Spain when I was a kid with my parents. My dad did some ministry over there with drug addicts and stuff, rehabilitating them, and then we moved to San Diego when I was about 11. Wow.
So what was that like? Not only growing up in Spain, but growing up in a family where your father, doing this type of work that you described that he did?
It was very interesting. We'd have, heroin addicts showing up at our house looking for treatment and stuff like that. So it always, on your toes, but it was really rewarding because you got to see the people's lives change and see them basically go from nothing, destitute people who were on the street dying, to normal citizens.
Does it affect how you look at homeless people in America today?
Absolutely. My dad had a policy to never give people money because he knew that a lot of the people would just use it for drugs, but he also had a policy to help everyone that he possibly could. So if that meant getting in his car and driving them to the next city over to take them to their family or buying them groceries or whatever it was, he was willing to help them, but he also was careful not to help support their drug habits.
Wow. So what do you do when you come across a homeless person today? Anything? I mean, do you talk to them? What do you do?
I try to be friendly to them. I try to make eye contact with them and show them that I think they're a real person and not laugh at them or, they smell bad or whatever. And if I have food or something, I'll try to give it to them. I'd like to do more. I feel like I'm always rushing around trying to go to work or go home, and a lot of times I just ignore them, sadly. But I feel like all of us should, try to make a little bit more of an effort to interact with them, and just they're people, just like me and you. Some of them are down on their luck. Some of them might have mental problems. Some of them are just totally normal but are in a bad situation, and we should acknowledge that they're people just like me and you.
Yeah, well, that's heavy stuff. Were you or your family ever put in any danger? Heroin addicts showing up at your door, that's some pretty erratic behavior. Was your mother ever, saying to your dad, wait a minute,
we actually did have a German Shepherd, and she kind of watched over the family a little bit, so that was cool. I remember a couple nights where people showed up, and it was really late. My dad didn't really want to let them in, and the dog was kind of going crazy, and the people were like, hey, does your dog bite? And my dad was like, I don't know. I don't think so, and they ended up kind of backing off a little bit, and they're like, okay, we'll just come back in the morning, because, you could tell something was up with them, and so having a dog can really help you out in situations like that.
Wow. All right. So Cameron has the swine flu. You're the one that broke the news to me. How's he doing? Do you know?
I've talked to him a couple times today. He was giving me the notes on how to run the show and everything and how to produce it, and he does not sound good. He said he had a horrible fever, sore throat. He sounded obviously, I'm pretty sure he's not faking it because he sounded terrible. So I wish him nothing but the best. I told him to just rest, drink a lot of fluids, and get better. And if anything, gets worse, to go to the hospital immediately.
He has not gone to the hospital yet.
I didn't ask him. I'm assuming he did because he
Okay.
he was diagnosed with that, but I don't know if he's been back or what. He sounded like he was doing a little bit better today, so hopefully he'll be back on his feet in a couple of days.
Couple days. I hope a couple weeks. I mean, I hope he's on his feet in a couple days, but I hope we don't see him for a couple weeks here.
Yeah, I don't want to get anything. I know you don't want to get anything either.
All right. Well, Daniel, welcome to the broadcast, and very interesting background you have there.
Thank you.
And Cameron, if you're listening, get well, but don't hurry back. Get well in a hurry, but take your time coming back.